Hello guys, so I hope you can hear me. So this is going to be our second lesson on fractions today, okay? So yesterday we looked at fractions, we looked at what they are, we looked at how we measure a fraction to see how many we've got, and so we're going to recap that first, and then today we're going to be combining fractions, okay? So I'm going to turn my screen around now, and you can watch the video, okay? Okay, so you should be able to see my screen now. Not now. Now you should be able to see my screen, I think. So today we are learning to combine pairs of fractions. Okay. Now combine, you may not have heard this word before, but combine is when you put things together. Okay. And if we're putting things together in maths, then we are adding, aren't we? Think of all together, putting it together. Combine, it means we're putting them together, we're adding them. Okay. So we're going to be combining pairs of fractions, and pairs means two. Okay. So just a reminder then for yesterday. Okay, if we look at this first fraction here, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. Okay, so that's why the denominator is 5, because there's 5 parts. We're splitting it into 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 are shaded. It's 4/5. Okay, and then the second one here, well, there's 5 parts because it's the same as this one. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts are shaded, which means the whole shape is shaded because all 5 parts are shaded. Okay, so 5 out of 5, 5/5, but that's the same as one whole, isn't it? Because it's the whole shape. Okay, so it's important that we remember that. That we remember if every part is shaded, that it's one whole, because today we're going to be making a whole. Okay, so we know here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 parts there. Okay, so I know my fraction is going to be something out of 8, or so many 8s. Okay, well, it's 1, 2, 3, 8s. Okay, but now here's where it's different, because today we need to find out how many more we need to make one whole. Okay, so I know I've got 3/8 there, but I'm trying to make one whole, which is 8/8, isn't it? Okay, one whole is 8/8. Okay, that's what that means. Now, if I've got 3 parts, in other words, how many more parts do I need to get to 8? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more parts there. So to get to 8/8 or a whole, I need 5/8 to make one whole, don't I? Okay, and I know that's right because 3 add 5 equals 8. So if I want to get all 8 and I've got 3 shaded, then I need 5 more shaded to make 8, aren't I? So 3 add 5 is 8. If I've got 3/8, I need 5 more 8s, and that will make one whole. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Well, there's 5 parts there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know it's going to be out of 5. Okay, I've got 1 part shaded. So how many more do I need to get one whole? Well, I need 1 more, 2 more, 3 more, 4 more parts, and then my whole shape would be shaded. So I need 4/5 more. Okay, so a fifth at 4/5 equals 1, which is the same as 5/5, isn't it? Okay, and if we check it, 1 add 4 equals 5, and the denominator stays the same when we are adding. So 1/5 add 4/5 equals 5/5, which is a whole, isn't it? Okay, and then the last shape, before we move on to doing it without the shapes. Okay, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 parts. So I'm working in 7th. Okay, and I've got 1, 2 parts shaded. So I need to work out how many more I need to make one whole. Well, I can look at my shape to help me. 1, 2, sorry, I'll call that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, So 2/7. Yeah, 5/7. Yeah. Okay. And I know that 2 add 5 equals 7. And I know that whole is 7/7, isn't it? Okay. So 2/7 add 5/7 equals 7/7. And that's how it looks. 2 add 5 equals altogether 7/7, 1 whole. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing first. You're going to be looking at a shape, and it's going to have, it could be a different fraction, but it's going to have different parts. Okay, so you need to work out the initial fraction, the original fraction, and you need to see how many more you need to make the whole fraction. Okay, but use the pictures to help you. Then your second task is you're going to get a fraction like this, and this is like a whole part diagram. Okay, so your whole here is not 1 whole, you've got 6/9 here. 6 out of 9, okay? You've got 4/9 here. Now you're not adding these together, okay? You're trying to make the whole, which is 6/9, okay? We've got 4/9 here. 4 add what equals 6? Well, I know 4 add 2 equals 6. So I know 4/9 add 2/9 equals 6/9. Okay, and this works because the numerator, which is the number at the top, adds together. So 4 add 2 equals 6. And the denominator, which tells you how many parts, stays the same. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing today. So you'll open up your to-dos and you look at Tuesday's maths, have a go at the worksheet on your Purple Mash, and then save it and it will submit to me.